Hello, class. My name is Brandon Thomas Ruffin, and I'd like to start this topic with the effects of the education of music. I like to begin by saying that I've delved into this topic because I feel like as a person with education, acceptable learning capability, it has come to my attention that there are many different people who have their own way of learning, and they literally take their time and learn about different things in life. And and my claim in all this that the music has been a part of a religious and spiritual traditions that have existed since the dawn of mankind, and enhances the feelings uh, that uh, we have experienced. We've experienced a lot of feelings and emotions, but it will help us feel good and help us feel better and about ourselves, and depending on what kind of music we listen to. And by learning it, learning about music, by learning about music, I mean, we learn some music has their own way of speaking about things. And sometimes it help us. Sometimes we get be motivated so we can do certain motivated to do things in our pursuit of achievement, and so we can be excellent. I like to I like to start by talking about romanticism. It was a musical intellectual movement that originated in Europe in the 19th century, and in most areas it was at its peak from 1800 to 1850. Romanticism comes from romance. Excuse me. It originated from a medieval poem and rely on one's feelings and nature than logic. The characteristics of the antic of the romantic period was the fact that the people made their own rules, they cherished freedom, they have lived expressions, and they are passionate, and they were also self-centered and non-social types who have experienced nationalism. The livelihood of the romantic composers was that they came from ordinary family and they written their own songs for ordinary people because because as they done this, it was, I mean, the reason that they done this that was for their own personal enjoyment, and because of the French Revolution and Napoleon Wars. Many of these composers have lost their jobs, but they have supported themselves by traveling around the world and having someone to sponsor them while they worked on their own music. Music can be formed into can be broken down into different forms like art, songs, poets, poetry, musical dramas, then etc. Prime example. I want talk about a song called Earl Connect, or also known as the Elf King, written by Franz Schubert when he was 18 years of age in the year of 1815. And it was based on a namesake poem that was established by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe in 1782. The song was written for a couple of musicians, and it was corresponded for a couple of musicians, and has been compressed and astonishing quantity and anxiety and commotion into a minimum of 4 minutes. And Neuroconnect is by far an outstanding poem with knowledge and deliberate story, like many other unworldly stories that has conquered the information ancient that wrote ancient, and it has its roots in a Scandinavian folk tale. It tells the story of a boy riding home with his father, and he was frightened when he was encountered by the Elf King. The boy's father couldn't see what his son was seeing, and he said his mind must be playing tricks on him. He must be hallucinating, but he still feels afraid of what he hears from the creepy supernatural being. But his father is continuing to not believe him. He's skeptical. So when the Elf King seizes the boy, the boy's father goes to his house and found his boy dead. Here's another example. That was a story of a song. The example was based on a song, but here's an example that supports my topic. When in the book of First Samuel chapter 16, verse 14 through 23. King Saul was tormented by an evil spirit. He would this is some soothing music, which is one of his advisors recommended David, the son of Jesse, who was a skillful harpist and a courageous warrior. And who said the Lord was with him. So Saul sent one of his messages to Jesse, said, the king asked for his son David to play for him. So Jesse took and packed David a lunch and sent him on his way to the king. And King Saul saw David, and David played for the king, and that so that the evil spirit can leave him, and after it leave him, and the spirit leave him after he felt good. and that and that's what music can do for us. It improves our mood, and it also it also make us feel better. And that's sometimes that's what music can do to us. It'll make us feel good. It improves moods. It'll You can choose one of the precious off songs or a good song that can cheer you up if you're feeling agitated, if you're feeling stressed, or you get feeling something that weighs you down, gets you depressed. Listen to a good song, a song that really speaks to you and heals you from within and makes you feel better. Cause we all need this. Because music can work as medicine, and sometimes when we're sick, or not physically sick, but emotionally sick or that's bothering us, we listen to music and it'll make it feel like we're standing or sitting and watching the scenery of nature. It can heal us and make us feel good and forget it's about all our troubles. So that's what music can, or the educate, or if it move, or sometimes that can do to us. Now, now when you learn so much about music, you want to teach it to someone else. That's how you want to spread your knowledge to the other generations yet to come, and that and you make sure you do good about that. Well, do excellent with wherever you want to do. If you want to write your own music um, or come up with your own songs or poems or anything, you have to do it to the fullest and do it with a good spirit and do it with a good heart and a good with a well. You gotta be well balanced with your life, include your spirit and your livelihood. And that's it. That's all the time I have. Any questions? Thank you for watching this presentation.